Hi, I'm just gonna give you a quick demonstration how you can set up what you wanted. For instance, I'm gonna make a deal here. I'm gonna call it Mr. Jackson, for instance. I'm gonna leave the organization name for now, right now. The only part of which I'm gonna do is, let's say, deal value will be, let's take your example, $50,000 euros, for instance, or dollars, doesn't matter. And let's say probability would be 80%. I'm not gonna add percentage here. You just need the number, just 80, which will be counted as 80%. Just click save. And now if I open this deal, I am using Zapier integration for that. And I'll show you. Right now I have the amount of invoice, the estimated second invoice date, and I have the amount of second invoice. Now with the automation, I'm gonna run it manually right now, but in real life, it will take 15 minutes for the calculation because that's how long it takes the Zapier to check your uh, your new deals, and then we'll do the calculation. So if I just run the script right now, you will see you will have some information here coming up in a second. There. So the first amount of invoice will be 25,000 euros. That's 50% out of 50,000. Then for the estimated second invoice date would be 17th of August. That's 3 months from the day. It will take the correct current date when the deal was added and just adds flat 3 months on top of that. And the amount of the second invoice would be 25,000 euros again. So we'll know that on 25,000 will be coming in on 17th of August. And now, if we have a probability, 80%, we run the second script, which is the weight values. We click run, and it will change right now in a second. 40,000 euros. There we go. So that means that 40,000 euros is 80% of 50,000 euros here from the value, which is done inside Zapier. Now, what I've done here is for the custom fields, I'll go to settings, customize fields, and on the deals, I have made total of 5 custom fields. I have a couple of monetary fields, amount of invoice, monetary. You can get those if you click. Oh, let's go back. You will get these if you click add a fields, and then you select here monetary. Then for the date, estimated second invoice date, and then for the secondary amount of invoice will be monetary again. Probability is just numerical fields because we only need the number. And you can just add percentage as well, like that. And the last one is weight values is also monetary. Now inside Zapier, you can set up your account for free. Now, since we have to use 3 steps, you will have 14 days for free. But later on, you would have to pay for basic plan, which would be extra $20 a month for automation. But that $20 will give you lots of room for different kinds of automations. This will be one of them. So if I'm going to open up this app, basically what you do is you click here, make us app. I have to create your account, and I already made it. And I'm going to show you step by step. So first off, for the trigger app, you just look in for Pipedrive here and just click here. I already selected it. And now for the trigger itself, we are looking for a new deal. It will be the first one on the list. It will trigger when the deal enters to a filtered deals list. Now this is my account. If you click here, connect my account. So play by clicking here, app.pipedrive.com/settings hashtag API. This will give you the API code which you have to copy here. and that will basically connect Zapier with Pipedrive. For the edit options, we're not going to select anything because right now for the forecast for first and second invoice, we will be looking for every single new deal that's coming in. And you can test this up as well. If the test is successful, everything is fine. Let's move on. Now for the next step, we are looking for code by Zapier. You can simply just look in here, code by Zapier. We are running JavaScript, and this is the code. This code will be available under the video's description below as well. It will have a direct link to it, so you can just copy paste that part so you don't have to worry about that. This will be really generic and really simple. The only thing you have to do is on an input panel, on the left side, just write in given value. Be in mind is that these parts have to be exactly the same as here, given value. So you can't have any typos, you cannot have uppercase or lowercase letters. Everything must be lowercase, for instance. And on the left side, you simply click here, on the right side, and then you look up for value, deal value here. You will see the example here as well, which is 50,000 in my case, and just leave it like that. I already have it selected here. And if you click continue, test is also successful. You can actually check the results here. You can view you run JavaScript. If you click here, you will see it here, calculation, 25,000. Because what we're doing is we take 50% out of the overall values. The calculation for that is 50 times the value divided by 100. This is what the code is doing. And this part here is simply looking for if the value is 0, it's gonna put it as 0. But that's the main part. And we click continue. And then the next part we do is we add the third action, the third step. So for that, we also look for Pipedrive again, same thing. We are create your updated deal. Again, the first one. You select the same account on any template. Now you have to select the deal title, which is required. The deal ID, I would recommend using the ID as well, because otherwise we are not risking duplicating the deals. So the deal ID will be used when you updating an existing deal. For status, you can select use custom value, and whatever was the status, same thing. Here you can select it. This will be the custom value for status, and you can just look up for it. Deal status, open one, lost or deleted. So whatever the value is, it will select it automatically. Stage can be left as empty because they're optional, we don't need to use them. User expected close date, it can also be empty as well. If you scroll down until we get to the custom fields we created in Pipedrive earlier. Amount for invoice. In that case, you will select the second part. Run JavaScript, and you will get calculation here. Now, for the deal currency of amounts for invoice, I selected the deal currency. So for instance, if you open up a deal, I don't have anything from here, but let's just take this one. Right now I'm using euros. So for instance, if you're using dollars, these ones will be changed as well into dollars automatically. Whatever the currency set for the value, it will be taking those currencies and putting amount for invoice and amount for second invoice as well. And then for estimated second invoice date, I'm taking the deal at time, selecting here. And then what you do is you add space plus space 3 and months. Months will be without a space. So that will automatically add 3 months on top of the current date which we have. Yeah, the Zapier system will automatically turns it into into the next 3 months. And then we have the calculation the same field again, because right now we only divide by 50%. Sorry, we taking 50% off. So 50% now, 50% 3 months later, just like in your case. And then same thing for the currency. We are setting currency amount of this second invoice. This one should be actually, let me fix that. Currency. We're looking for deal currency. So in my case, it's euro. It can be United States dollars. It can be anything. We don't use probability percentage right now. We will be using that for our next zap. We have to do two zaps here. The reason for that is if you create a new deal, and let's say the Zapier is coming in and taking that deal while you're still editing it, it will never check out probabilities. And then you click continue. We were successful again, and just click finish. And that's it. Just turn this app on as well, and just to remember, it will not be in real time, but it will have about 5 minutes lag. That means that um, Zapier checks your Pipedrive account after every 5 minutes, and if it sees that there are new deals that have not gone through Zapier before, then it will, do an action for them. Now, this one was for the forecast, just for the invoices. So it will calculate 50% of your um, overall deal value, and then it will put it into amount of invoice, and also it calculates estimated second invoice date. Now for the second part, which is the weight value or like the probability percentage, we open up the second tab. Same thing, new deal. Um, exact same thing, new deal. Now for the options here, what you have to do now is if you go back to my Pipedrive main page, on the top right corner, you have to do a filter for it. You click add a new filter, and then you will do like that. Deal probability percentage, which is the custom field you created. You have to create it first. And then we simply look up is not empty. So what it means is that even when you create a deal, it will not trigger before you enter something into probability percentage field. So that's what it's looking for. Then we test it again. Everything is successful. Okay. I will put this codes into it as well. It's similar to the previous one. The only thing you have to do it here is you have to add, for the input panel, it has to be deal value and also probability. So what you do here is for the deal value, you will look up for the value field. And for the probability, you will look up for probability percentage field. Same thing. Pro probability percentage here. This is already selected. It automatically moves into the hash, which is irrelevant right now. This code will be also available inside this video, in the video description. What we do here is pretty much a similar thing. Instead of flat 50, we take the percentage of this value here, whatever the number is, will be placed into this part. So for instance, 80 times deal value divided by 100. Now click continue. It's successful. And here, once again, we have to make up the title, ID, with the status, and we don't touch anything else. And the only thing you add here is, if you scroll at the bottom, weight value. And then We look up for run JavaScript, and here, wait value. That's what you select. We will click continue, and same thing. It will take 5 minutes, and that's the basic principle how you want to do that. If there is something different you like to do, for instance, like if you have for the invoices, like if the percentages are different, if they're not exactly 50% or something, you could edit those codes by yourself. But if you need any help with that, please just let me know, and I will be gladly to help you out. All right, have a good one. Meanwhile, bye.